God has an urgent message for you today. There's someone who hurt you deeply, and right now, at this very moment, they are finally feeling ashamed of what they did to you. This isn't just guilt passing through their mind. It's a spiritual awakening about the pain they caused. God wants you to know this because your heart has been waiting for acknowledgement, waiting for truth to surface. This divine message comes with love to bring you the closure and validation you deserve. The universe is revealing that justice is unfolding, and this person can no longer hide from the weight of their actions. As you hear these words, know that God sees every tear you cried because of what this person did. It's normal to feel conflicted when you learn they are finally ashamed. Part of you might feel relieved, another part cautious, maybe even angry that it took so long. Remember that divine timing is always perfect, even when it feels delayed. This revelation is your confirmation that you weren't wrong about how badly they hurt you. Their shame proves your pain was real and justified. You're receiving this message because healing can now move to a deeper level. Even when you thought justice would never come, trust that this awakening in their heart is God's way of validating everything you went through. Truth always finds its way to the surface, and today, truth has arrived. As you process this news about their shame, take time to examine what you're feeling right now. Just like a wound that finally gets acknowledged by the person who caused it, your pain is being validated in the spiritual realm. Hold on to your capacity for forgiveness and inner peace, but let go of any lingering bitterness or thoughts of revenge that might be staring. Just like a mirror that's been turned around, this person is finally seeing the true reflection of what they did to you. Their shame doesn't erase your pain, but it transforms your healing journey by confirming you deserve better. This revelation isn't meant to reopen old wounds, but to help them finally close properly with the truth acknowledged. Sometimes the most powerful healing comes not from confrontation, but from knowing that the person who hurt you can no longer deny or ignore the damage they caused. Divine timing brought this awareness at exactly the moment your spirit needed this confirmation. This person's shame is more than just an emotional response. It's a spiritual checkpoint for both of you. It marks a moment when divine justice catches up with actions that hurt others. God's plan includes accountability for everyone, and their regret is part of how spiritual laws work in this universe. See their awakening as proof that nothing escapes God's attention, even when years have passed. Shame has a sacred purpose. It leads people back toward truth and helps them face what they've denied. As you think about their regret, find peace in knowing that truth has finally been revealed to them, even if it took time. When things feel overwhelming, reach out in prayer for continued healing. God is here to give you strength, wisdom, and the grace to move forward without carrying their burden anymore. In your prayers, you'll find clarity about what this revelation means for your journey. You can feel compassion for their struggle with shame while still honoring your own boundaries. Reconciliation isn't required for your healing to be complete. Their spiritual awakening is between them and God. Your role is simply to receive the validation this brings and let it settle into your heart as confirmation that you always deserve better treatment. As we've discussed this powerful message about divine justice finally arriving, I'd like to help you receive more spiritual guidance like this. If these messages about healing and accountability resonate with your spirit, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more divine revelations. Hit the notification bell so you never miss updates about the spiritual justice unfolding in your life. Pay attention to signs around you that confirm this person's genuine shame and regret. These aren't just coincidences. They're divine confirmations sent to validate this spiritual message. You might notice changes in their behavior if you're still in contact, or hear through mutual friends that they've been expressing guilt about the past. Perhaps they've tried to reach out to make amends, or you've sensed an energy shift even from a distance. You might have dreams where resolution appears, or experience moments of unexpected peace when you think about the situation. These aren't random events. They're God showing you that this awakening is real. Trust your spiritual knowing about whether their regret is authentic. That inner voice will tell you if this is genuine transformation or just surface-level guilt. God reveals truth through multiple confirmations, so pay attention to patterns. When you feel a sudden lightness in your chest thinking about them, when old anger starts dissolving without effort, or when you can finally remember the situation without your stomach tightening, these are signs that divine justice is bringing real change. Your intuition about their transformation comes from a place deeper than logic. It's your soul recognizing that the spiritual scales are balancing. Notice these confirmations. Honor what they are telling you, and let the peace that comes from divine justice settle into your being. This inner knowing is your spirit celebrating that truth has finally caught up with actions. Remember, you're not processing this revelation alone. God is with you, witnessing both your pain and their awakening to shame. Around you stands a team of guardian angels and spiritual guides, all celebrating that truth has finally surfaced. They are protecting you as old wounds come back to mind, making sure this revelation heals rather than hurts you again. Feel the divine love surrounding you, validating your worth and reminding you that you always deserve better. This spiritual support carries you through the complex emotions this news brings. Relief mixed with sadness, validation mixed with memories, peace mixed with lingering questions. Heavenly justice has been waking even during times when you thought accountability would never come. The universe operates on spiritual laws that ensure everyone eventually faces their actions. Your guardian angels have been waiting for this moment, ready to help you receive this confirmation with grace. Let yourself feel supported by this divine team as you process what their shame means for your continued healing. Nothing about your pain was forgotten or ignored. It was all held in God's perfect plan for justice. Divine timing, God's perfect clock, has brought their shame to surface at exactly the right moment. This revelation comes now because you're finally ready to receive it with wisdom instead of being consumed by it. Earlier in your journey, this knowledge might have felt overwhelming or might have tempted you toward reconciliation before you were truly healed. God's timing ensured you'd be strong enough to handle this confirmation when it arrived. The waiting period wasn't punishment. It was preparation that strengthened your spirit. Recognize the divine orchestration in how their awakening aligns with your healing. This isn't coincidence, but careful spiritual planning. As you look back, you might see how delays allowed you to build the inner strength needed to receive this news with peace. Appreciate the spiritual maturity this timing brings. You can now accept their shame without it controlling your emotions. Trust that future revelations will also arrive at perfect moments. God's clock never fails, even when we can't see the hands moving. Every spiritual truth surfaces exactly when our souls are prepared to receive it wisely. Just as you receive these divine messages about justice and validation, your support helps us continue sharing similar guidance with others who are waiting for acknowledgement of their pain. A small super thanks of $5, $10, or $20 allows these messages about divine justice to reach people who doubt that truth will ever catch up with those who hurt them. As you reflect on their shame, recognize how far you've come on your own spiritual journey. Just like a phoenix rising from ashes while they are finally confronting the fire they created, you've transformed through this pain. God arranged everything perfectly. Your growth during the silence, their awakening to truth, and this moment of validation all working together. Your strength during the time when no acknowledgement came proves the quality of your character. This validation doesn't define your worth. It simply confirms what was always true. The transformation that occurs when truth is finally acknowledged creates space for deeper healing. Wisdom gained from walking through pain with faith becomes your permanent treasure. Your authentic spiritual journey is being rewarded with this moment of divine justice. You're becoming someone who trusts that accountability arrives even when delayed. Someone who knows that truth cannot stay buried forever. This makes you stronger, wiser, and more confident in how spiritual laws ultimately govern our world. Their shame is their journey. Your growth is yours to celebrate. As you move forward with this revelation, make it a habit to say divine justice unfolds in perfect timing. Speak these words each morning with complete trust in spiritual laws. This simple practice builds a foundation of faith that nothing escapes God's attention, no matter how long it takes. When old pain tries to resurface or when you wonder if their shame is genuine, pause for a moment. Use this time to quiet your mind and reconnect with the peace that comes from knowing truth has been revealed. Trust that God is completing your healing journey and begin each day thanking Him for bringing validation when your spirit needed it most. Practice forgiveness from a position of strength, not weakness. You can release the weight of what happened without requiring anything from them. Fill your thoughts with gratitude for divine justice rather than dwelling on why it took so long. Create space for complete peace regardless of what they do next with their shame. Your healing doesn't depend on their actions anymore. It rests securely in God's hands and your own spiritual wholeness. During this moment of validation, you're not just experiencing personal healing. You're becoming a testimony for others who are still waiting for justice. Your story of delayed accountability can inspire people who doubt that truth will ever catch up with those who hurt them. Share your experience of divine timing with those who need hope that their pain hasn't been forgotten. Each testimony of spiritual justice strengthens the faith of someone who's struggling to believe. As you pray for your continued healing and connect with God, remember to reach out to others who understand delayed justice. Your courage in trusting divine timing can encourage people facing their own battles with waiting for acknowledgement. Use your story to bring light to someone who thinks accountability will never arrive. Build connections with others who trust in spiritual laws of cause and effect. In this journey, we grow stronger together, supporting each other through prayer and shared stories of how God's justice always finds its way to the surface, creating a community that believes truth cannot stay hidden forever. In closing, as we recognize this moment of divine justice and validation, let's move forward with peace and gratitude. Be ready to welcome continued healing, knowing that truth has finally surfaced about what happened to you. Trust in the power of prayer and in God's perfect timing that brings all things to light. You are on a path to complete freedom from this pain, surrounded by divine love and validated by spiritual justice. Keep saying divine justice unfolds in perfect timing, and watch as deeper layers of healing continue to bless your life. Truth always wins, even when it takes time. If this message has brought you validation or helped you understand divine justice in your own life, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more spiritual guidance. Hit the notification bell so you never miss messages about God's perfect timing. When you share this video, you help others who are waiting for acknowledgement of their pain. Each person who receives this message through you finds hope that their truth matters. Dear Lord, please give us strength to receive validation with grace and wisdom to trust your perfect timing in bringing truth to light. Amen. If this message has touched your heart or helped you feel seen in your pain, consider showing your appreciation with a super thanks of $5, $10, $20, or more. Your support helps us continue sharing these messages about divine justice with others who need them. Please share in the comments your own experiences with divine justice and perfect timing. Tell us about moments when truth finally caught up with someone who hurt you, or share what spiritual topics you'd like to hear in our next video. Your stories encourage others who are still waiting.